Easy money, bro. I'm gonna buy that new Lambo. Bro, what is going on? Why is it not working? No, I'm done. I quit trading. Hey guys, back with another video. Today I'll be covering why this week hasn't been so volatile, what we can expect from the rest of the week, and what my entries have been thus far. Now, getting straight into it, we have my bias, which I sent out to Discord. So first of all, my bias was bearish. This is because we have all this built up sell side. We have daily lows, we have session lows, and it's very obvious that at some point we're going to come down to all of these low resistance lows. Now, what can we expect from the week? Well, so far I was cautious because we have FOMC. Now, if you don't know, FOMC is a very important economic news driver, especially for USD pairs. NQ is the main USD market, so this is going to be especially affected. And we're going to have interest rates for the federal fund rates. So that's very important. What we could expect is that we're going to have a lot more accumulation, a lot more consolidation. So on Monday, this was my bias. I sent out that around London session right here. You could see that we came up. I was expecting that for us to trade up to a premium to potentially sell off to a discount. Except we come up here and we just consolidate. So you can see we take this daily high. We're inside of a 4-hour fair value gap. We took out this high as well. And so I'm expecting a nice big sell-off, potentially all the way to these London lows. So this was my entry. I had a 5-minute delivery entry. We have all that other bias behind it. So really this is an A+ setup. You could see that we have that 5-minute delivery, trade down, and then we have an inversion right here. And so once we have that inversion, I know that these lows are going to be very vulnerable to be traded to. So I have my entry. Sure enough, we start trading down. Once we take this low, I'm moving to break even. Comes back up, wicks me out. I'm like, okay, well, this is during a macro, so I'm thinking we might just continue trading lower. So sure enough, I short again, comes back, stops me out for break even. No big deal. I'm not going to continue over risking, over leveraging, whatever. No revenge trading here. And the rest of the day we consolidate. And there's a good chance that if I continue to trade that I could have taken a loss. So no big deal. We're just going to move on to the rest of the week. So you could see going into Tuesday, I would still had the same bias, but honestly, I wasn't even planning on trading today, so I didn't. So we have even more built up lows. You could see that on the 15-minute, we have a nice entry right here. Some things that I'd like to point out is Asia high was taken out by London. So there's a good chance that this is a protected high and we're not going to trade back up into there. On top of that, we're inside of a premium. So we have this 4-hour fair value gap. When you have two fair value gaps lined up like this side to side, you're going to notice that the premium one, in this case, is going to be respected a lot more than the discount. So you can see that might have been another reason why we didn't see any sell-offs in this area over here, because we didn't trade up to that 4-hour just yet. On the daily, we did have a fair value gap that was inverted. However, at this point, you can see we're using it as a reaper, which is a reclaimed fair value gap. So I do expect us to continue to trade lower. However, regarding this entry right here, a lot of people aren't going to take it, and that's because market open isn't until 9:30, silver bullet isn't until 10, and that's okay. If you only trade those times, you're going to be just fine. But there's going to be some days like this where it's going to expand and you're not going to be able to catch anything. And that's just fine. It's the day before FOMC. You could see if you would have continued trading, you probably would have taken a loss. You could see all this consolidation. It's just not worth trading. So what can you do to avoid this nasty price action? Well, you could either stop at one trade, you could lower your size, or you could completely avoid these bad days by just waiting for this news to pass, okay? Because chances are once this news passes, we're going to have really nice expansions because the market's going to know where it's going. it's going to be done accumulating. So a lot of the time, what you're going to see is when you're going into a week, you might have a certain bias. And in this case, mine is bearish. There's a good chance at the start of the week, you're actually going to see it go against your bias. And that's good. That's actually going to give you opportunities because we're going to be able to trade towards our bias at that point. So you could see right here, we came all the way up, but now we're looking, we looked extremely bullish, but now we're looking a lot bearish. And we were accumulating all the way up here. So now there's a good chance that we're going to dump lower, just based off that Fed rate. Obviously, you want to wait for that analysis to kick in and actually look at what are the chances where we're going to go. Where I'm looking at is going to be right here. If this 4 hour becomes inverted, then I'm going to look towards these highs. If we continue to just respect these bearish confluences, which initially I'm going to remain bearish. Right now I'm very bearish. We could expect for us to trade lower down through here. My biggest advice for you is if you're a new trader, then you should just be completely avoiding these days. If you're an experienced trader where you know that you're going to be able to handle a loss or handle your risk properly, then these are days where you could still trade. However, regardless of all of that, we're going to have the most expansion going into Thursday and Friday. If you can, maybe scalp at the end of Wednesday after that Fed rate is announced. There might be some good setups, but it's likely going to come in the form of a scalp because the volatility will be so high. So yeah, just manage your risk. If you're new, analyze Monday, Tuesday, don't trade it. And yeah, you're going to have a way easier time getting over that break even, that unprofitable phase. If you're able to just adjust to the conditions, and that's what it is. You really need to know when you need to be risk on or risk off and how you can manage your positions properly so that you could be profitable in the long run. I hope you guys liked the video. If you guys want more of these, make sure to comment down below. If you guys have any new ideas for a different kind of video, let us know. You guys have a good day.